How's it going? Paul with Adaptable Survival. And what I wanted to discuss today was my Pathfinder Basic Class equipment loadout. So stick with me. I ended up choosing to run at the Pathfinder Basic Class was the Tactical Tailor Extended Range Operator Pack. Main reasons being was its simple layout. It allowed me to attach the FILBE sustainment pouch on the front. This pouch comes from the Marine Corps FILBE pack system. Gave me quick access to a big pocket up top here, and I could store my water bottles right on this side. Weight-wise, it is a little bit heavier of a pack, but I wasn't too concerned with that. I wanted something that was going to be durable and hold up to whatever the class put us through. Let me take everything out of the pack and we'll go through each category on the equipment list, as well as my final thoughts at the end. So starting off the equipment list, we have cutting tools. So you're going to want to bring a knife and a folding saw. For my knife, I decided to run my Moore Garberg Carbon. Big reasons being is it's full tang, so I don't have to worry about it breaking off for me in the middle of the class. Has the sharpened spine, so I can use it to strike my ferro rod, or I can use chert, flint, hard rock to throw sparks off of the spine if needed. Then I just would keep it on my belt in the sheath, snap it closed, make sure it's safe the entire time. And then on the back side, I would just tape my number 14 sail needle. That is also a part of the equipment list. I won't cover that section just because I'm kind of covering it now, so just remember that's where I keep it. Then you're going to want to bring a folding saw. On the equipment list, it recommends bringing the Baco Laplander, which I would wholeheartedly agree, just because it's more sturdy when you compare it to like a Silky. I use both saws, have had very little issues with either. As you can see on this one, use it to strike my ferro rod, testing things out. I did have my Silky, the tip of the blade snap off at me at a winter survival class, but I just keep using it because it doesn't really hurt the overall performance of the blade. So that is just kind of a rundown of the cutting tool. So the next portion on the equipment list is going to be combustion. So what you're going to want to bring is 2 Bic lighters, a 6-inch ferro rod, a 5x magnifying lens, and a flint and steel kit. So today I just have my 1 Bic. I didn't replace the second one in my belt pouch kit, so that is a failure on me. But every time you fail isn't necessarily a bad thing. It helps remind you to be prudent in your preparedness heading out to the field. It also brings up a good topic of when you have a gear list, or you make a gear list when you're heading out on a trip, to check it before you head out to ensure that you have everything for the class or the trip you're going on, as well as when you get back you can review that list and make sure you didn't misplace anything while you're out on your trip or at your class. Then here I have my 6-inch ferro rod. So it's a 6-inch by 1/2 inch ferro rod. This one, I believe it's a Bayite ferro rod I got off Amazon for like 15-20 bucks. What I like about this one, it's got that paracord lanyard, so I would just carry it in my pocket and I could take it out whenever I needed. Going back to the lighters, I would keep one in my pocket and then I'd keep the other in my belt pouch kit. And then for the magnifying lens and the flint and steel kit, I just carry it in this metal tin here. So this was the magnifying lens that I took with me. And I believe I scored this one off of eBay for just a few dollars. And then this is just the Pathfinder multi-fire tool. This is what I brought along with me to the class on the bottom there, just some emergency tinder. I didn't take that along with me to the class. I just took the flint and steel kit and the mag lens in here. That's just a quick kind of rundown of what you need to bring in the combustion category. So the next category on the equipment list is going to be cover. So the number one thing, or the starting thing in that category, is going to be a 5x7 grabber space blanket. These are like 15-20 bucks on Amazon. You can get them at Cabela's, a few different places carry them. Just make sure you have the one that has the Mylar reflective finish on one side. I just ran with an orange one. I also use a green one from time to time. Then you're going to want 4 6mm drum liners or contractor bags. So got 4 here, and as you can see on these, I just rolled them up and then made Ranger bands out of a bike inner tube to put those around there, just to keep them compact and not all over the place inside of my pack. Would line 3 on the bottom of my pack and then keep 1 towards the top for the ever so popular bag drag. Then you're gonna want 1 queen or 2 twin wool blankets. So I have since upgraded to just a queen blanket, but at the Pathfinder Basic Class last October, I ran 2 twin wool blankets. Move this over quickly. And I just threw both of them in a 30-liter AquaQuest dry bag. So initially I tried to run that on the bottom of my pack, but the straps just weren't big enough to go around 2 wool blankets. So I ended up just putting them inside. So that's kind of what I did today with my 1 queen. So next up on the equipment list is going to be 25 feet of paracord. This is obviously a little bit more than 25 feet, but you're going to need that for one of your deliverables. And then you're going to want about 100 feet of number 36 bank line. Again, this is a little bit bigger roll. They do make smaller rolls of both, but both are going to come in handy when you're building shelters at the basic class. Next up is going to be containers. So the list calls for a 32-ounce stainless steel water bottle. I recommend going with a 32-ounce Pathfinder stainless steel water bottle. Main reason being because it's 32 ounces exactly, but I carried the Pathfinder water bottle as well as my 38-ounce stainless steel Nalgene. The Nalgene is actually what I use for my deliverables at all my courses. So I normally do carry 2 water bottles with me, so I have a lot of water when I'm out on the move, whether running land nav courses, hiking around, being taught different things about the surrounding area, tinder sources, edibles, those sorts of things, as well as when I'm out on my own hikes and trips. It just gives me a lot of water to have on hand. And you're going to want to bring a stainless steel nesting cup. This is the Pathfinder nesting cup. You can buy this and the Pathfinder water bottle in a combo from Self-Reliance Outfitters, so I'll throw a link down to them. What's nice about these is you can throw these all together if you're trying to go with a little bit smaller setup for the class. So next up is going to be compass, and I brought the Sunto MC2. It is what's recommended on the gear list. So you're going to want a compass that has the sliding bezel, sighting mirror, the mag lens, and that is non-lensatic. I personally don't have experience with a lensatic compass, so I can't speak to how that fares at the basic class, but I've used the Sunto MC2 for all of my training courses and all of my land nav training, and it has done everything that I wanted, plus gives me a lot of redundancies built into that one piece of kit. And then you're also going to want to bring Ranger beads. These ones are from the Friendly Swede, and why I like these ones is it has a carabiner, so I just attach that onto one of the D loops on my shoulder straps, and it keeps them nice and handy, and I can just keep moving them down as I'm going on land nav. And it gives me a backup ferro rod and striker. If I for some reason lose my ferro rod, it gives me a little bit of redundancy built into my kit. Next up is cloth and repair, and you're going to want a 3-foot by 3-foot piece of cotton material. So I went with a cotton shamag. You could also bring a 3X orange t-shirt or some other sort of 3 by 3 foot cotton material. You're going to want some scrap cotton material, so you're going to want this to be 100% cotton. This could be from an old t-shirt. I just went to Walmart, paid $1 for a bandana. And then you're going to want that number 14 sail needle. So like I said, I just taped this to the back of my knife sheath. I also carry a backup one in my belt pouch kit. Next up is going to be a candling device. So I just bought an Energizer headlamp from Walmart. These are like 15-20 bucks. It's going to come in real handy if you're doing night navigation or you're working around camp, preparing food when you get a little bit of rest during the class. And you're going to want to bring extra batteries with you for your headlamp as well. So next up on the gear list is going to be cargo tape. So you're going to want to bring one large roll of Gorilla Tape. This stores easily in your backpack, so it may be required for various tasks and deliverables at the class. So the last item on the required gear list is going to be Leatherman or Swiss Army knife. So I decided to go with the Leatherman Super Tool 300. I usually keep this right on my belt, so I know where it is the entire time. So if I'm doing smaller tasks or need to grab my bottle out of the fire, I have it nice and handy. So just a few other items you're going to want to bring with you is a good notebook. I decided to go with the Black Scout Survival Field Journal. One, because it's a hardcover notebook and it's waterproof. Gives me about 185 pages to use. So I'm going to use this for all my training courses. Open it up, you can see my Pathfinder School Basic patch, and then it just allows you to take notes on the fly because this is small enough to fit in a cargo pocket. So you throw it in there, you can take it out if you're on resource hikes, or if you're running land nav, you can record all of your points. And then you're going to want to bring a pen. So I've just brought one of the Write in the Rain pens. You can also bring carpenter pencils. Those also work pretty handy as well. You're going to want to bring food. So I'll do a separate video kind of highlighting how I figured out what food I wanted to bring. But in a nutshell, you're going to want quick access food that you can eat on the go because there is not a lot of downtime during the class. Also, if you have health issues or take medications, you're going to want to take all those along with you for the 2.5–3 days that you'll be down there for the basic class. So I have everything loaded back up of what I took to the Pathfinder Basic Class. So I hope this video kind of gave you an idea of what sort of gear is required for the class right now. So this is 2018-2019. The class does evolve over time, and the school is constantly changing, coming up with new things, and each class is going to be different than the last. So it's not going to be 100% the same every single time. Overall weight of my pack when I brought it down there, about 35–40 pounds when you include the food, water. So overall for me, that's not too bad of a pack weight. I can handle that very easily. Like I said, this pack is a little bit heavier than some packs out there, so if you want with a lighter setup, you could definitely get that total weight down for sure. Like I said, guys, I hope you guys got something out of this video. If you're interested in signing up for any of the Pathfinder School classes, I will throw a link down to Self-Reliance Outfitters below. You'll find also all my links to all of my social media, so you can stay up to date of all the videos I'm posting and different things that I'm doing. This has been Paul with Adapt for Survival. As always, develop your mind, your body, and your gear.